Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to yet another webinar. In this webinar, we're going to be talking about chatbot, especially in reference to customer support. And the title of our webinar is Redefining Customer Service, the Rise of AI Chatbot. My name is Praise Ali Johnson. I'm the regional head for SendPulse Africa. Let's get right into it. All right. In this webinar, you're going to get a competitive edge with insight into how AI is reshaping businesses. You're going to understand why 70% of top performing businesses are leveraging AI chatbots. Equip yourself with actionable strategies to stay ahead in the market. Learn how you can implement AI chatbot for your business. You also get free resources for everyone that attended this webinar. All right. So let's talk a little bit about SendPulse. What is SendPulse? SendPulse is an all-in-one marketing platform. We are on a mission to empower African businesses and brands of all sizes, providing them with the tools and resources to stay connected with their customers, to improve their marketing, sales, and communication. All right. So we are proud to be serving over 2 million businesses worldwide. We enjoy seeing them grow every single day, and we really find it. We find fulfillment in seeing these businesses grow and get better results every single day. If you've been with SendPulse before, you've heard about SendPulse before, you'll be aware that we consistently had new tools or new features that will help you get the best out of your marketing, sales, and communication strategies. Right below here are some of the businesses that we are proud to support. I'm sure you might know one or two businesses right there. So let's move on. Some of the tools you have at your disposal on the SendPulse platform includes email marketing services, which is one of our biggest services. We provide you with unlimited email campaigns. So on a single platform, you can actually send unlimited email campaigns. You have access to free CRM, transactional emails, SMTPs, chatbots. We're going to talk about that today. Sales pipeline automations, we call it the Automation 360, web push notification, SMS, and online course creators, landing page, website builder, and all that, right? So check out SendPulse tools at sendpulse.com. Right, just check out SendPulse tools at sendpulse.com. Get started today, and it's free. So let's get into it. Let's begin with questions, important questions, and I get these questions all the time. So the first question is, what is AI? Right, the name is all over the place, and it's important to address that question. What is AI? AI, or artificial intelligence, is like giving machines a brain, right? It allows computers to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. So it's called artificial intelligence, just like we have sugar and we have artificial sugars or artificial sweetening, right? So this includes things like understanding language, recognizing patterns, making decisions, and even learning from experience, right? So instead of just following strict instructions, AI-equipped machines like your chatbot we're going to talk about today can think, learn, and also behave like a human, right? But in their own machine way. Okay. So in one word, AI is simply trying to give machines the power that humans have, which is the ability to think. So what is chatbot? Right. So a chatbot in the simplest term, right, is like a virtual assistant, right? You can chat with. It's a computer program designed to have conversations with users, either through typing or voice command, to answer basic questions, provide information, or perform tasks. Imagine it as a helpful robot on a website or app that can answer your questions or guide you just like a human customer service representative would. Right, so just go ahead on your WhatsApp and chat a friend, and your friend replies your message. That's just what a chatbot does. Instead of a friend being on the other side of the communication, it's a computer that is doing that instead of a friend. So what is an AI chatbot? So now you are combining artificial intelligence, right, with a chatbot. Traditional chatbot requires little to no AI intelligence involved. You could just use what we call prompts and triggers and keywords. So prompts, triggers, and keywords simply means if I go to a chatbot and I say, I want to buy something, buy, is a keyword, and then it tells you what you want to buy. It replies with what you want to buy. So that is prompt-based chatbot, which is like the way you will most likely start your chatbot building. But now combining a prompt-based chatbot with artificial intelligence takes the whole game further, right? So instead of human typing out replies or prompts or any of that, this assistant uses artificial intelligence, all right, to understand what people are asking and then provide answers or help them, right? So think of it as a smart robot that you can chat with online. So basically, this normal chatbot with the AI, combining that two technologies together. So to sum it up, AI chatbots can understand the context of the conversation and provide accurate answers. So they are natural and human-like. Right? So that's basically taking a step further from basic prompt-based, keyword-based, or action-based chatbot to now more easy conversational platform where you can have a conversation with a chatbot, and that chatbot is powered by AI at the back of it. All right, so let's continue. So let's look at some statistics, basically to put things in perspective. The modern customer expectations, right? And I wanted to put a link to all these reports, but 64% of customers expect companies to respond and interact with them in real time. Now, I think I pulled this out from an old report. So I think the numbers have gone up, right? So customers generally expect companies to respond and interact with them in real time. So I reach out to my bank. I am not expecting to get a reply the next day. I'm expecting to get a reply instantly or in a few minutes or so. So the role of technology, about 82% of customers want an immediate response to marketing and sales questions. All right, so we have support questions, or we have marketing and sales questions. Marketing and sales question is like someone comes to your website or interact with your social media account and they want to make a purchase or they want to inquire about product or services. Most people just want a response as quickly as possible, all right? And they expect an immediate response. So AI has the potential to add about 15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. And this is not just for chatbot, this is basically using AI for literally almost everything that we can use AI for. So businesses with AI are expected to seize an average of $1.2 trillion from their less informed competitors by 2025. And this is a source from McKinsey. So if you're using AI, so basically this number is obviously going to explode larger than it is right now. But this is like an expectation that based on the numbers we are seeing right now, businesses that are implementing AI chatbots or implementing AI in general in their business are taking businesses or taking customers or taking money from businesses that are not doing that. So it kind of makes sense that your organization needs to think about implementing chatbot. It doesn't matter how big or how small you are. If you are a one-man business or you have a very small team, you need to think about how you can implement the power of AI into your services. And if you're a large organization, you cannot excuse avoiding this. This is not a trend. This is basically a valid tool that we are seeing businesses getting results from and that you can take advantage of as well. So why chatbots? Why chatbot? Is it something that we just need to jump on because it's a trend like cryptocurrency, or is it something worth thinking about and what implementing in your organization? Let's look at some of the reasons. So one important thing that really matters a lot to me, that I think makes chatbots worth all the money you spend on it and the effort to build it out, is that you can use it to provide 24/7 support. There is no how except you find a way. There is no how you can effectively provide 24/7 support, right? Because except you have staffs that work at night shifts and day shifts. And even if you do, there is no how you can provide 24-hour support on a very large scale. So it doesn't matter the size of your organization. Customers are going to reach out to you at any time of the day, right? So you want to be able to provide support to them, at least a simple reply. Oh, what do you need help with? What inquiries do you have? And respond accordingly. So chatbot uses natural language to answer questions. So it doesn't answer questions like a robot in the common sense, in the sense of it provides a more human-like reply. So even at 2 a.m., customers can reach out to your organization on any chat platform, and they're able to communicate and think that someone is actually there. All right, so it looks human like when assisting customers. You can use to generate prospect. This is so generating prospect and qualifying leads. So I've seen people use chatbots, all right, or you can use chatbots to run Facebook ads. So you can run Facebook ads to your chatbot and allow your chatbot to qualify the lead, right? There are many people that run lead ads, and lead ad is basically running a Facebook ad or Instagram ad or any online ad campaign to drive attention to like a landing page. But when it gets to the landing page, your sales team needs to go through the process of lead qualification. And the process of lead qualification is understanding the needs, wants, and objections of a customer, and then providing them, you basically going through the process on knowing how your product or service can provide to them what they need. Right. So an example, let's give you an example. You run a dental clinic, right? And you're trying to get customers for your dental clinic. So you decide to run Facebook ads to get more customers for your dental clinic, right? So when all these people come to your dental clinic website and sign up or fill out the contact form, you need to specify which customer is which. Are you looking for just general consultation? You want to pull out a tooth? You want to fix braces? You want to whatever questions you need to confirm that, right? And you need to do it in a way that you do not burden the customer. So one way of burdening the customer is creating a very elaborate form and asking all these questions. Tick if you want to repair a brace, tick if you want to fix brace, tick if you want to pull up. No, that is basically making the whole process complicated. Instead, you can run the ad to your chatbot. For example, your WhatsApp chatbot. So customers can now interact with your chatbot. Oh, I found out your dental clinic on Facebook, and I am thinking about, I'm having a tooth pain, and the chatbot can respond. Oh, sorry about the tooth pain you are having. How long have you been having this tooth pain? Oh, I've been having tooth pain for the past 30 days, and is it increasing in pain, or is it reducing? Oh no, it's increasing. Have you done anything in the past few days to basically mediate the pain? No, I've not done anything. I've taken some analgesics and it doesn't seem to be going. You are interacting with the chatbot. It doesn't feel like you are going through a sales process. All those questions are basically a way to qualify the customer. Now you know the customer has took pain. Now you can provide the necessary support. Oh, I think it's best for you to, would you like to book an appointment to check out the tooth? Yes, I'd like to book an appointment to check out the tooth. What time is available? And the chatbot shows you what time is available, and you book an appointment. If you want it to be a free appointment, fine. If you want it to be a paid appointment, this is a paid appointment. Do you want to proceed to make payment for this to schedule this time? Yes, go ahead and make a payment, and you can do the necessary steps. Make a payment, and customers can show up for their appointment. So you see the difference from customers filling out an elaborate form like they're trying to write an exam just because they have a pain in their tooth, or having a conversation. Validating the customer in a conversational manner. You understand what I'm talking about? So generating prospects and qualifying leads it's a beautiful thing. And then it goes to our next point here, which improves sales, right? Which improves sales. At any time of the day, your chatbot can respond to your customer regardless of time, regardless of anything, right? On my next point, gathering information about customer data. The example I use, which is the dental clinic, I'm gathering as much information as I want on that customer. So if I decide to go back to the conversation, I can look through the history of the conversation. I know some months back, this customer had tooth pain. This customer scheduled an appointment to check out the tooth pain. And I think at the end of the conversation, the customer came for the appointment. We put out the tooth. And now the customer is coming back. So this customer has tooth pain 6 months ago. Now they're coming back with another problem. Or you can decide to use that data to send out email marketing or chatbot campaigns where you can tell customers that, when you pull out the tooth, you need to check it up once or twice a year. Come down for a free checkup. You can do that as well. So with the fact that you have that conversation, you can use that to gather as much data from a customer. Some of us have been in a relationship where the chats between our and our partners is a proof that whatever went down. So the history is there, and you can use that to make a decision on, what can I do next, or is this worth your time? The focus of our conversation is customer support. This chatbot now helps you to greatly improve customer support. right? You can provide the support directly there in the chatbot. Um, Customers do not have to wait. There is this thing I hate about phone calls, especially when I want to call a customer support on the phone, is the fact that I may not be asking for something serious, I just something minor, but the live chat on your website, no one is responding. Their email, no one is responding. So I decided to call the line available on their website. When I call the line, I'm sure I'm sure you hate this as well. I hate that silly song that you have to listen to just because you are put on hold. So you call the line, you go through the press one for this, press two for this, press three for this, and after you've gone through that stress, then you tell you that number 15 in line, you have to hold on, and then you are burning your credits, waiting for someone to pick up the line and answer you, and in the process, you get distracted and you don't know when someone responds. And most of these times, this customer support agent, the music is very loud, like the music volume is here, and when someone picks it, you just hear that the music stops, and then someone responds like, hello, good afternoon, my name is, can I help you? You can't even know who is talking on the phone. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that if it's a very small issue, I would prefer to chat with someone than having to go through the stress of a phone call. Yeah, and at that point, it boosts satisfaction with your company. Um, it increases interaction with customers, like, obviously. It's easy to operate in a global market. So this is a beautiful point because a small startup, a small company that sells that ships items globally started it, I think in Ghana, and they implemented chatbot to provide customer support. Now because they are small, they can't hire staffs to be available 247. So when Ghana is at night, some of their customers are in the afternoon during the day. So how can they provide support? Should they hire someone to stay all night, or two staffs that can work all night, or should they implement chatbot? So they decided to go ahead and implement chatbot, and that has greatly improved their sales tremendously. So that is a very important point. With chatbot, you can work 247, and it greatly improves your ability to implement your company, to sell your product, and operate in a global market. It also helps you save costs on hiring more customer support agents. So a customer support agent will only need to respond to very high level conversations, meaning that, for example, you have to escalate it, right? So customers can go to the chatbot and solve their basic problems. And when the chatbot is not able to solve those problems, they can decide to escalate to a human being. And that is only when a human being get involved in the conversation. But if they're able to solve the problem, they don't need to get an human being involved. All right. For example, someone needs to find when is my order going to be delivered. The chatbot can pull that record and show you. You don't need to speak to someone about that. So you can respond to clients' query faster and provide personalized recommendation based on clients' preference. Before we move forward, I want us to look at some examples of a chatbot, because I feel like a lot of people will be asking, well, we're talking about chatbot, I don't know how one looks like. So let's look at some examples. So I went to a few chatbots online and I put out some screenshots. So here is an example of DHL Express UK, right? So once you just chat their WhatsApp line, you receive this message that says, hi, this is DHL Express, your specialist in blah, 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 blah. And then for handling personal data, please, privacy policy here. So basically it responds immediately, but this doesn't really show us exactly what we're looking for. So here's an example of another chatbot. This is for Adidas, right? You go to Adidas website, there's a WhatsApp line, they chat the WhatsApp line, you can get the same experience. And this says, thank you for contacting Adidas. We will get back to you shortly. This is basically expecting an human being to get involved. And then the human being get involved. Hi, dear, my name is Vikas. I hope you are doing great. How may I assist you today? I'd like to know about your return policy. I can completely understand your concern that you wish to know. So this is basically more information. So the chatbot can respond in such manner. And here is a bank. So you send a message, the bank responds with the steps you need to take. So, and then you say, I would like to open an account, and then the chatbot responds to how to open an account. So it's like you said something, the chatbot responds. Here's another example of Sephora Singapore. So yeah, this is an ongoing conversation, but as product advice. So basically the chatbot responds. This is a response to the chatbot. The chatbot says, please reply with the name of a product's Sephora store, that you're looking for, or QR code, choosing from the options below, or choose from the options below. So basically I responded with ask product advice, and then you can see here that now responds with the next action you need to take. Says type 1 for these Marina Bay Sands. Basically, let's choose a store from options below to connect to a beauty advisor right now. So basically, this information that is requesting from you is just to know where do you stay. So if you stay somewhere around, for example, Plaza Singapore, that's obviously the place that's closest to you. So the Plaza Singapore, whosoever is involved in Plaza Singapore or the customer support there can know that this is their customer, right? Here's another example from the KLM airline. So, hi, I'm KLM virtual assistant. I can answer your questions quickly and collect your details if more assistance is needed from our service agent. So here a chatbot is responding, informing you that I can answer your question quickly, but if you need more support, from our service agent, yes, that is also possible. So how can I help assist you? So this chatbot uses what we call prompt based. Basically, they don't want you to talk too much. You just wanted to use the options available there. So what I can do here is I can say, hey, my bookings, B, baggage, C, COVID, D, refund. So if you type D, it returns a response that says, have you already requested a voucher or a refund? So A for yes, B for no, B, and the conversation keep going on and on and on and on. So whenever it gets to the point where the chatbot cannot respond, human being get involved and help the chatbot respond to the query. Let's look at another example. I was actually surprised that Uber has a chatbot, but actually they do. So here the message should say hello, and they choose English as a language. And this is Uber India, so choose English as a language and specify India. And it responded, book an Uber ride, just got easier, take a trip around town, blah, blah, blah. And then it tells you what you need. Let's start with your pickup. You can either enter an address or use your phone to share your location with us. So WhatsApp has, obviously, your location. You can share your location on WhatsApp. So went ahead and share your location. To use your phone's GPS, tap this and basically telling you how to use use location on WhatsApp. So when you drop your location, it then says finding your pickup location. So the chatbot can go through this, but this is a little advanced because you need, Uber basically connects the chatbot to their internal APIs to provide this data to you. So that's another step you're going to take, having to implement API integration to your chatbots. All right, let's go on. So here's another example. BetterHelp. Thank you for contacting BetterHelp. To learn more about our online therapy service, please click the button below. So you have two options where you can start a therapy immediately, or you can specify more options. So I clicked on more options, and what would you like to do? Learn how it works, become a therapist, or contact support. Here's another example. Basically tells you all the options you have. Support various features such as real-time tracking, security, wait time, compensation, and all that. So here we specify track a flight. Please enter the flight number and all that. So you can see the responses are instant. I think we have just one or two more examples. So here's more example of BetterHelp. I wanted to show you more on what happens after a year. So after a year, we have what would you like to do? Contact support. So it's telling you to visit our FAQ page to see answers to our most frequently questions. If you are still in need of assistance, contact here with your questions. So you can click going on more options, but I really expect that BetterHelp can do more with their chatbot and actually ask you what the problem is, and have a conversation with you rather than asking you to go send an email. So that's some sort of improvement they can make to their chatbot. Here's another chatbot. This is basically a Mac service center. Issue with apps. Please specify the name of your application. Clean my Mac, Gemini, clean VPN. Clean my Mac. How can I help you? Manage subscription. Didn't get a license. Can't launch CMMM. Didn't get a license. So you reply, we're sorry for the inconvenience. Would you be so kind as to forward us the following information, so you can now, send in necessary information, and to check everything out. But if you feel like you now need to speak to a human, you can see that button that says talk to human, and if you click on the button, a human being gets notified to get involved in this conversation. It's that simple. All right, let's go on. So how do you build your own chatbot? How do you build your own chatbot? I'm trying to keep our conversation to be under 1 hour. So if you have questions, drop them in the comment section, or which is a better way, will be to send me an email. My email, you will see my email at the end of the whole webinar, where you can send me an email and I will respond to each and every email I receive. All right, so how do you build your own chatbot? All right. So how it's done? Let's go through each step one by one. Find the right tool and partner. It's very important to find the right tool and partner. You do not need to write any code. The days of creating a chatbot with writing your own code is long gone, right? Except you are trying to build a custom solution, which is rare, because what they're trying to do, you're trying to improve customer support, you're trying to increase sales, you're trying to improve marketing communications. If that's all you want to do, you really don't need to write your own code. Defining the purpose. So you need to define the purpose of your chatbot. And is it for sales? Is it for support? Is it for lead gen? And then you can structure your chatbot to fit your primary purpose, right? You can have multiple purposes of a chatbot, but you need to have a primary purpose. And the primary purpose of the chatbot we're talking about today is customer support. Then you need to design your script. How do you want to provide customer support? You can go out right now and look for 10 organizations that have chatbots. When you communicate with each and every of these chatbots, they are not the same. Right? They are not the same. And that is because you design the chatbot based on your brand communication, your brand style, and all that. Right? So you have to design your chatbot around your brand. Then you need to adhere to best practices, which is pretty much easy to understand, and holistic integration, continuous improvement. So let's go straight into it. Finding the right tool. Obviously, we'll talk about the SendPulse tool, because the SendPulse visual chatbot builder, you can use that to create auto replies for all these platforms you can see on the screen, for Facebook, for Telegram, Instagram, WhatsApp, Viber, and online chat, right? So one of the biggest chatbots I've seen people use is the WhatsApp chatbot, right? And then a few other people use the Instagram chatbot, but more businesses need to take advantage of Instagram chatbot, because you can actually automate sales directly from your Instagram or using Instagram chatbot. And then online chat. So you can write and fine-tune your chatbot flow for each messenger, and then create a multiple channel subscription widget to convert your website visitors into subscribers and boost conversions. So here's one way. Another way is that you can run marketing communication, you can run marketing ads directly to your chatbot. For example, you can run Instagram ads to your Instagram chatbot. You can run Facebook ads to your Facebook chatbot. You can run Facebook, Instagram ads to your WhatsApp chatbot. Right? That way you can boost sales. And if you have a chatbot integrated into your website, you can run ads directly to your website, and then you can convert customers directly from your website into chatbot subscribers, and then you can have a conversation with them right there, and then convert them to sales, help them solve their problems, and all that. Then you need to define a purpose, like I mentioned earlier. You can build a chatbot for anything and everything, from providing customer support to providing sales assistance and generating leads. It's important your chatbot has a specific purpose, right? Or at least a primary purpose. So one reason why I think it's very important for you to decide, my chatbot is for customer support or my chatbot is for sales, is because when you design a chatbot, you do not want to confuse people. You want people to come to the chatbot and see a message, welcome to so company, what can we help you with? Then you have the options, 3 options at most. Number 1, get help, contact support. Number 2, learn more about product. Or number 3, talk something else. So you need to have that purpose defined. So that way you can design the whole conversation around that purpose, right? So your chatbot primary purpose will help users know exactly what to expect from a chatbot and how to interact with it, thus providing you with optimum results, right? That's what you care about. You want to have optimum results. So let's talk about designing your script. We're going to look at some scripts very soon. So let's talk about designing your script. So a script is a sequence of commands and messages within a chatbot subscriber, which a chatbot subscriber will move. Right. So a chatbot is a secret is a sequence of commands and messages within which a chatbot subscriber will move. Simply means like a channel, like a water channel. So commands and messages. An example of a command is, hello, I need help. Help is a command, right? Then the chatbot can respond, what do you need help with? Oh, I need to get a refund. Well, sorry that you're requesting for a refund. What could be the problem? So that is commands and messages. Commands and messages. So the script should meet user expectations. It has to be helpful, right? Um, and help provide or solve a specific task, right? You can't distract customers. For example, it's important to briefly describe what the company does in the welcome flow, right? That is the first flow, obviously the first flow. At the stage of selling a product, specify a convenient delivery method and ask for the customer's phone number for further communication. So if you are chatting someone on WhatsApp chatbot, if you have a WhatsApp chatbot, you don't really need to request for your phone number because the chatbot already provides you with a phone number. But if you are using an Instagram chatbot or a live chat on your website or a Telegram chatbot, you might need to request for a phone number for further communication. Or you can also request for their emails for further communication. Share new information about a brand, services, or product. Don't duplicate the text from the website or email in the chatbot. Now, I'm also guilty of this because sometimes having to write a lot of things can be stressful. But try as much as possible to make it as short as possible, easy to read as possible. It's in the chat actually. So how does it look like on your phone when you read it? It shouldn't be too long. Like it's not a breakup message. It should be very short, very straight to the point. So don't go to your website, highlight a text and paste it in a chatbot. Make sure that you read it and make sure that you even check it on your device that doesn't look like a breakup message. Be logical and simple so that people understand why they should use the tool and what tasks it will help them solve. So be logical and simple, right? Let the customer know exactly what they can do on your chatbot and how easy it is for them to get their problem solved, right? And then you can reiterate that as often as you can on the chatbot. And that way customers knows exactly what is possible and what is not possible. For example, if your organization is like a bank or a financial service provider, right? There's a lot of services you offer. For example, you can open accounts, close accounts, block your card. All those services are available at the customer service desk, right? But there are some services that you cannot provide via the chatbot. For example, you don't want customers to check their account balance on your chatbot. You don't want customers to send money or receive money. And it depends on what your organization regard as important or confidential information. Let customer know. Don't let customer think that, oh, let me go and withdraw money. Let me use the chatbot, right? If that feature is not available, let customer know what is available and what is not available and how they can take advantage of what is already available. Okay. So let's proceed. So here are basically what your script should do, right? We will do a recap, all right, again. So AI chatbot flow script generator. So SendPulse implemented a tool or a way for you to generate your entire flow and script, right? So that way you do not need to write everything yourself. You just need to edit what has been written, right? So with SendPulse, you can generate your script or flow using the AI flow generator. So basically you can describe what your scenario should look like and specify how many messages you want it to include. In just a few minutes, you'll be able to launch a ready-made chatbot, right, for Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, Viber, WhatsApp, Telegram, or live chat in seconds. Let's take a look at the video that shows you how to do that. Okay, so here is a video. We're going to look at it in a minute. So here is the button. It's a purple button that says create flow with AI, or create a flow using AI. So that's the button you need to look out for when you go through the process that they just shown on the screen. Let's take it a step back again. So basically select the bot, you create a flow. So when you get to the input field, before you click around your chatbot, don't click around the canvas. Once it gets to this canvas, just click on that button that says create a flow using AI. This is because if you click around the bot, the screen, this option might disappear, and assume that you are taking control of the wheel and you don't need help from the AI tool. So once you get to this page, just wait and click on that tool and use that to generate your flow. So let's look at this example. It says act like a travel agency's assistant, right? Help customers in obtaining information on popular tourist destinations across Italy, France, and Spain. Provide a brief description of each tourist destination and offer to buy a tour in the country chosen by the client. Ask the customer for their phone number. So here is a customer support system, right? Basically, many people that goes to a travel agency are always looking for, like, I want to travel to Dubai, I want to travel to Spain or Italy. How much is your plan? How much is your, what are the payment options and all that? You can use, this is an example of how you can use a chatbot flow using AI to generate the entire conversation. Let's look at how it goes on. All right, so here is what we call your chatbot flow or your chatbot script, right? So I think someone sent me an email asking what does a chatbot script or flow means. So let us say you're writing a story and a movie, or you're writing a movie script, right? And in the movie script, you see John goes to the restaurant. You write there, John goes to the restaurant, steps into the restaurant, talks to the cashier at the payment point, and all. Basically, you are describing whatever happened, and then you are describing the conversation between John and the waiter at the restaurant. So that is exactly the same thing that applies here when you are creating a chatbot. You need to have that script written out. You need to have that flow in your head. When a customer comes to your chatbot, what do you do first? How do you greet them? What happens next? Here is an example. This AI just generated this entire flow. You could see the links between the conversations, right? So in this flow, it says, welcome to our tour agency. How can I assist you today? So it has two buttons. The first button says get information on tours, or tourists, and the second says buy a tour. That's what you want to sell. So the first option that says get information sends you to this other box. This other box says, which country are you interested in? Italy, France, or Spain? So these are basically the countries that the tour agency provides support for, provide services for, right? So once you click on buy a tour, it brings this message that says, to buy a tour, please contact our customer support line here, right? And the whole idea here is like, okay, maybe you want, the chatbot is assuming that there is no specific way. Maybe you need to talk to someone on the phone. But let's look at more information about Italy, for example. So when you click on Italy, it says, sure, here's a brief description of Italy. Italy is known for blah, blah, blah. And then it tells you to the last step, which is input. Right, so to provide you with further assistance, please provide your phone number, which is the input you need, which is their phone number, right? And then it requests them for their phone number. You can see there's a 1 hour delay. So the 1 hour delay simply means that you're going to wait for 1 hour for the customer to respond. If the customer does not respond within 1 hour, then you can send them another message. So for example, so you can see once the customer provide you with their phone number, it now tells you, thank you for contacting our travel agency. We will get back to you soon. That is very straightforward, very easy chatbot you can build under how many minutes? Under a few minutes. And there you go. The chatbot, auto-generated by AI, is ready for you to use. So there you have it. That's how simple you can use the AI tool to generate a chatbot for you as quickly as possible. Right? So let's move on to how another way you can create your own AI script. Right? So let's look at how you can create your own AI script, or chatbot flow. Now, it's understandable that your business, you may not have all the time to build one. You have the first option, you can build it yourself. You can write the script from page to page by yourself. Option two, you can use the SendPulse AI chatbot generator, which is like the easiest thing you can do. You don't need to stress yourself, except your business has some unique differences. And if your business has some unique differences, you can use the AI to generate your chatbot and then use the SendPulse. Then you can now manually edit it. Okay, I don't want this, I want this, I don't want this. You can remove what you don't want and you can adjust it how you want to. Another important tool is available within the SendPulse chatbot. So once you log into your SendPulse account, you click on the chatbot up right here. And once you click on that chatbot icon, you see this page. So I have one chatbot connected. So you could see this templates, right? So you can take advantage of templates already made available to you, right? So you can see we have templates for everything: e-commerce, marketing, segmentation, registration, education, webinar, customer support, booking, and all that. But the focus here is customer support. So let's look at the customer support template. So there are two templates already pre-designed for you. So we have the auto reply outside of business hours. So if you're outside of business hours, the chatbot can engage with the customers. But if you're within business hours, the message goes directly to support agents. Then you can also request to send requests to the support service, right? So here it shows you a preview, right? Let me see this. So the preview basically says, thank you for your request. Do you have an account on our platform? Yes or no? Yes. Please enter your account login. You enter your account login. Describe your issue or ask a question. So yeah, here is basically this flow. You can just click on the bot. So I have a chatbot already. I click on the bot, right? And this applies for every chatbot. And then you can click on create copy flow. Okay? But this service is available on the Pro plan. So get on SendPulse. The Pro service is affordable. Just upgrade to the Pro service, and then you can go ahead and copy the flows. So if you don't need customer support, you can create customer support flow, right? You don't need to create individual chatbots. You can just have a single chatbot that you can have it for customer support purposes. You can have it for for car rental. You can create a chatbot for car rental. You can make an appointment for a doctor. You can request for or register for a webinar. You can request for support. You can offer discount on special, like the options that you have here are available to you right now when you sign up on the SendPulse platform, create your chatbot, and connect using any of these services, of any of these templates are available to you. Okay, one of the templates I love the most is this recurring purchase, right? And this monthly access to the group chat. So there are a lot of people that have close communities on channels, for example, WhatsApp channels or Telegram channels, and you want people to pay to be part of the channels. You can use this chatbot to do that. So yes, so your life is very, very easy. You do not need to go through the tedious process of creating a chatbot from scratch. You could just use any of the templates here, or you can use the AI flow generator. That's how simple it is to create a chatbot for customer support purposes, for sales purposes, for marketing purposes, for lead generation purposes, and all that. All right, so we are fast coming to the end. I'm just making sure we keep this under 1 hour. So now let's look at some chatbot scenarios. So we have here, this is the ebook that I will be giving out at the end of the webinar. 15 ready-made chatbot scripts for different businesses. So look at each of the 15. in 10 minutes, and then we round up. Okay. Here I mentioned something that I would like to talk about again or reiterate is the point here. So your script should meet user expectation. Basically, we are reiterating it again. Your script should share new information, be logical and simple, right? So this is basically the chatbot you're going to see right now, or the chatbot scenarios you're going to see right now, basically follow all these guidelines. So a script is a sequence of commands and messages within which a customer or a chatbot subscriber will move. So here's an example of it. So right here we have a conversation, the opening statement, right? And then we can go ahead and move through the conversations, based on the user actions and all that. So let's go straight into the scenarios. So, I jumped to scenario number 2. So scenario number 1, restaurant business. So any chatbot starts with a welcome series. So a script that starts automatically after subscription. It should include greetings, a description of task that a chatbot will solve, a call to action button, or saved quick answers for further chatting. So here is an example, a restaurant business. So this can be used for a restaurant, a cafe, a bar, or a coffee shop. The chatbot can place a QR code with a link to a website or a series or link to a welcome series of chatbots on a business card, advertisement card, or banner, or on social networks, right? So you can place a QR code with a link. This for example, for those that don't know, this is a QR code right here. This square box right here is an example of a QR code. So you can paste a QR code anywhere in your restaurant, on your brochures, and customers will scan it and chat with you. Okay, so you can also run targeted ads on social media. You can create a short chatbot quiz with bonus for completing the quiz. So the task of the welcome series include, regardless of the niche, include a brand, or introduce your brand, suggest what the chatbots will help to solve, warm up before the purchase. So an example of a warm up before the purchase was what I explained at the beginning of all this when I used the dental clinic as an example. Having a conversation is a warm up, right? Don't just go straight for the purchase. So the communication style of the chatbot should correspond with the image of the brand, right? We cannot stress that enough. It has to correspond to the image of the brand and the expectations of the target audience. Create meaningful and precise texts. Use emojis to foil up the dialogue and stimulate further communication with buttons and quick answers. So buttons are basically, they are buttons, but they lead to a specific action. Quick replies are basically suggestive replies that you provide to customers. So, suggest what reply they are most likely going to say. Basically, you are saving them the stress of having to type the reply themselves. Okay. For the buttons, use verbs like download instead of download link. On one button, one branch of script, in order to not, so when you click on a button, only one branch of script. You don't need to overload the welcome series, right? Send the user to other messages flow depending on their choice. Use a pause with stimulated input to hold attention and create a lively effect. So if you want to know what a pause means, you need to get this document, because in this document we explained a few things like the elements you have access to, right? Right here we have the builder, the blocks that are available to you. So once you go to the SendPulse platform, you have access to all the blocks and then the characteristics of each of the blocks. So we have message, we have the flow, we have actions, we have API request, filter, pause, and random. So that's what we mean by pause. So let's quickly move on to the second script. So here's an example of how it works. So it takes you to the takeaway order questions. So here we are. Let's just look at this a little bit. You have successfully subscribed to Espresso Cup Cafe. So this is for a cafe. So you have three options. You can check the menu, You can pick it up yourself, or you can get a quote, or ask a question, sorry. So we have delivery of cooked chill food. So companies that represent several services or products through their chatbot will need a catalog. So use a product card with images and buttons to add them to your chatbot. So here is basically the chatbot goes a little further and provide you with pictures where you can see the food, the pictures of the food, and you can place the order from there. We're going to move on quickly. Then we have another scenario, which is a beauty salon. Basically, this chatbot points, also showing point for the chatbots, right? So basically, you can put on your website, brochures in your salon, anywhere, social media. So the whole purpose of this chatbot is for a beauty salon, basically beauty salons, hairdressers, and all that. It helps you qualify leads for the type of service, convenient time, and dates of their visit. So there's like a booking platform, so you can chat with the chatbot and book a time to cut your hair, to make your hair. You can collect contact information and pass it on to the manager for processing, right? Let's move on to the next scenario. So here is a picture of how the scenario will look like. So you can, because of time, we're fast running out of time, download this. Just go to the link. I will show you the link shortly. You'll get access to this document, and you can follow this guide. If you don't want to follow this guide, you can use the templates available to you right here. So you have all the tools you need at your disposal to create your own chatbot. Scenario 4, car repair shop. So basically, it works in similar manner to the salon. You want to get more information on pricing, on servicing, and all that. Oil change. You want to change your tire. You want to fix your tire. Basically, guide customers through the whole conversation, and then you to pass it on to the necessary support staffs or sales staffs to take the necessary action. So we have another option, scenario here, scenario 5, which is a florist. Basically, you want to buy flowers. Here you can show pictures of flowers or pictures of how a category of a flower looks like, and then customers can make inquiries and make a purchase from there. For example, here it says it's also useful for handling common questions like how to order and pay, how many days in advance do you need to make an appointment, when the order is sent, how to contact the manager for details, how to change or cancel order. Yes, scenario 6 for a photographer, right? And the flow is basically a little bit similar. We have scenario 7. We're going through it quickly. Private healthcare facility. So the chatbot of the clinic can conduct a virtual tour, tell about services, features of the approach, show license. I think it's important to show your license. So introduce leading specialists, make an appointment, show the location of the clinic, and collect feedback. Here's an example of how you can do the entire flow. As you can see, this chatbot has a lot of buttons, and each of these buttons lead to independent flows on their own. So we have another. So here, for example, if you click on doctor, it gets you more details about the doctor. You can set an appointment, or you can go back to the main page. Okay, let's move on quickly. Scenario 8, dry cleaners. So the dry cleaners job here is basically you can rate their service, you can leave a feedback, or you can schedule an appointment for pickup or drop off of your dry cleaning. Chatbot 9, charity organization. Which chatbot features could include helping volunteers, finding the help of volunteers, making a donation, and all that. So here we have example. I want to help, I need help, donate. So if you want to help, it takes you to a flow for help. If you want to donate, it takes you to the payment integration. Oh yes, I didn't mention this. SendPulse has multiple payment integration, so you can conveniently integrate payment into your chatbot. Just go to your SendPulse account, click on your avatar right here, and click on accept payment. Right, and then under the accept payment, you have all these options, right? So you have PayPal, you have Fundy, Stripe, we have Flutterwave. So for Flutterwave services are available for any business in Africa. So you can use PayPal or Flutterwave or Stripe if you're in Africa, right? So you can see that this my chatbot is connected to Flutterwave, and payments can be received on this Flutterwave integration. So yes, you can integrate your Flutterwave and use that to collect donations and make payments. So if you, for example, a gym subscription, customers can actually subscribe to a gym subscription directly from the chatbot. So customers can create their card, name and validity of subscription, the balance of paid services. They can also pay for a subscription and all that. Okay, we're almost at the end. HR bot. So this HR bot can train and adapt employees. Basically, this is basically for like employee onboarding. So you can onboard new employees using a chatbot. So the chatbot can provide information about the organization, answer their questions, and help them with like who is in charge of marketing. I need to talk to the person. They can give you the details of that person, and you can talk to that person or get the contact of the person from there. You can carry out certification, provide information such as knowledge base or library catalog. Right, so here's an example of how the flow looks like. 12 real estate agents. So what can this do? So you can collect basic information about chatbot subscribers, meeting the real estate agent, introducing their services, social proof such as photo, video reviews, case description, service fee, like they say in some countries, inspection fee, answering frequently asked questions, newsletters with current news and all that. Here's how the flow will look like. Scenario 13, housing complex. So the housing complex chatbot, obviously, if you live in a flat or you live in a complex or you live in an apartment, it'd be nice for you to get information about the complex, right? So you can accept payment for security services and garbage collection. You can spread services for the latest news and useful contacts. You can search for services and facilities on the territory of the neighborhood, arrange a chat with neighbors. You understand? One other thing I think this will make sense is you can handle disputes, right? Because there's always dispute in an apartment. All right, scenario 14, online courses. So this is for if you offer online courses, you can provide 24/7 support to your students. You can collect and qualify leads. You can automatically transfer contacts to your CRM. You can lead subscribers from acquisition to purchases. You can save time on non-target customers. You can train your users on how to, use your platform. You can send follow-up emails, remind them about the beginning of the webinar course, or if they need help in their homework and all that. You can collect feedback, and then you can return to the sales funnel after paying for the course. Scenario 4, and this is how this flow will look like. Scenario 14 and 15, SaaS service. So SendPulse, for example, is a SaaS service. So if you have a startup, this is for all startups. If you have a startup and you want to provide services, so you can provide very proactive customer support. You can onboard new clients. You can provide information about new features and all that. And so here's how the whole thing looks like. So what do you need to do? What are the steps you need to take right now? Go to the chatbot, register on SendPulse. Go to sendpulse.com, right? SendPulse like this .com and register on the SendPulse service. Once you register on the SendPulse service, you click on the chatbot option right here. You click on chatbot option right here. It loads the chatbot, and then you can go ahead and click on manage bots, and you can create a chatbot. So we have all the chatbot options: live chat, Telegram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Viber. So let's just see quickly if WhatsApp chatbots. You can go ahead and click on connect and go through the prompt. So there's a guide there, right? Follow the guide and go through the prompt. All right. Then you can use the top menu to connect a new chatbot. Design a chatbot script in a similar visual builder. You can use the templates available to you. No need to stretch yourself building it from scratch. You can use the template available to you, or you can use this guide in this ebook that will be sent to you that you can get downloaded. You can also use the what they call it again, the flow generator. So you have all these options to create your chatbots. Once you do, you need to send a script to your messenger and go through it as a client, right? So once you create your chatbot, before you push your chatbot to the public, let your friends or colleagues take a look at it, let them chat with it, spend some time with the chatbot so you can understand how it behaves, how it responds, and if it gives customers exactly what customers need. So if you need help creating your first chatbot, you can reach out to me and book a demo. We can help you with that process. All right, let's go back to our slide. All right. So this is we need to talk about best practices. We've fast approached 1 hour, so we need to talk about best practices, and we are done. So number one, you need to keep a human in the loop, right? Why AI is powerful, ensure that there is an easy handoff to human agent for complex queries. Do not leave everything in the hands of technology, right? Make sure that you have 1 or 2 customer supports available to respond when a customer requests to speak with a human. Transparency. You need to make sure users know they're interacting with a chatbot, right? By 87% or it's 78% of customers or users appreciate honesty in the mode of communication. So if you do not indicate that your chatbot is a chatbot, right? When they see talk to a human, they already know that it's a chatbot they're talking to. So when they click on talking to a human, if a human being or when a human being gets involved in the transaction, introduce yourself. Oh, my name is Praise. How can I help you today? I see that you're having issue with payment. Exactly, that's how to do it. Over automation can lead to impersonal interaction. Always strike a balance, right? Always strike a balance between trying to automate everything and making sure that there is some sort of interaction with a customer. Don't just make it a broad force like back, 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 back. Let there be a conversation. Don't overcomplicate functions, right? Keep it as simple as possible. People will abandon your chatbot after 5 minutes or 10 minutes of not getting value. Neglecting feedback. Don't neglect feedback. Continuous feedback loop can improve chatbot response by 50% over time. All right. And I'm repeating again, lack of clear escalation paths to human agent. Another important thing that I want to mention here is the idea that you need to continuously improve your chatbot, right? Chatbot customer behavior might shift, because there may be new things that you may need to add to your chatbot. Product might change, product or services specialty or something is going to change, right? So improve your chatbot from time to time. So the most important thing here is human interaction is highly important. Chatbot can never replace human interaction, right? So always have human interaction available at any time the customer requests for it, right? So, for example, if a customer is chatting with your chatbot at the middle of the night and they want to speak with a human, you can just tell them, oh, human will get back to you between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. tomorrow morning. Fine. Customer will wait. If the customer can't wait, they can continue conversation with the chatbot, right? So you don't need to have an overnight staff. If you can, that's great as well. So yes, to get this free ebook, 15 ready-made chatbot script for different businesses, just go to the link up here. I'll leave it for a bit. You can pause this or go to the link up there, events.pulse.is/chatbot resources. Right, so let me just copy it and go and view it. Once you fill the form, you will receive this ebook in your email. So you will not receive the ebook in a link or anything. You will receive it attached in an email. So that means you need to provide your email address. That means you need to provide your email address. I promise you, you will not receive spam messages. You will only receive communications as regards to helping your business grow and tools that we can provide you, tricks, tools, webinars like this to inform you and educate you on how to get your business from the point where it is to the point where you want it to be. So we can't take questions because we're past our 1 hour mark. I will respond to 2 questions that was dropped to my email. The first question is on pricing. How much does it cost? So to create a chatbot for all chatbot platforms except WhatsApp chatbot is free, but I would advise that you use a paid plan because paid plan simply provides you with access to the AI flow generator, templates and all that, right? And you can start for as low as $10 a month. It is not expensive, all right? It's $10 a month. I'm sure we spend more than that on coffee. So start at $10 a month and take your business to the next level. So what do you get on $10 a month? You get access to all chatbots, no limitation. You have access to Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, Viber, and live chats. On a single platform, you don't need to create chatbot for each of them, right? Or so you don't need to create account for each of them. On a single account, one single payment of $10, you can create chatbot for all these platforms. right? So you have unlimited messages per month. So that means that there's no limit, there's no cap. You have access to unlimited variables, basically means the triggers, the wordings, and all that. You have access to use RSS feed for auto posting. This is mostly important for those that provide email news to their customers, highlights, blog posts, and the rest. You can accept payment, very important. You can use tags and webhooks, receive data from external URL, and then you can remove the SendPulse branding from a chatbot. And yes, you can set up chat WhatsApp service at no cost. The second question I got is, how do I get help? Now, to get help, you can create an account on SendPulse. Go to sendpulse.com, create an account on SendPulse, and your an account executive will be assigned to you. The moment you create an account on SendPulse, within 24 hours, someone will reach out to you via a phone call or an email providing you with help, introducing themselves and providing you with help. That is how you get help. If you have specific issues you want to discuss with me, you can send me an email at praise@sendpulse.com. Now, it's very important to note that you should be willing to make an investment of $10 so that you can have access to all the tools and we can provide best help for you. We can't provide help to you if you don't have access to all the tools. Right. So if you have more questions, I can't respond to all the questions I received via email right now because we have fast approached our 1 hour. So if you have more questions, send me an email, praise@sendpulse.com, or you can reach us on Instagram, on Thread, on WhatsApp, on Telegram, on Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll reply your message. But if you want to speak to me directly, send me an email at praise@sendpulse.com. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.